Hi there, it's Claire here, and welcome to Insomnia Gaming Festival. So, here at Insomnia, we are talking about the games that changed our lives. I'll be talking to a streamer in each episode about the game that changed their life. And in this episode, we're speaking to the absolutely wonderful, it's Meganyy. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am good, thank you. I am this is making me really excited to attend Insomnia now. I'm like, it feels real again.
Yay! And now we're going to start with the big question, which is
hmm
what is the game that changed your life?
It has to be Destiny. Like the original Destiny came out in 2014, absolutely changed my life. Like it kicked off so many things for me.
Oh, amazing. How old were you when you played Destiny?
I try to think. I think when it first came out, I think I was 20. I had not long turned 20 or 21. So I'm having to do some quick maths in my head now. I'm like, how many years ago was that? I don't know. It was just one of the games that it was like my first shooter like game that I'd ever played. I Up until then I'd played MMOs and like The Sims and simulation games. And then my boyfriend at the time was like, "Hey, you'll really like this game." So bought me a PlayStation 4 for Christmas.
Wow.
Um, he's not my boyfriend anymore, and we have not been together for a very long time.
Nice,
But
nice
you know
present
what?
though. That's a good present to receive.
Exactly. So it's mad though. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
So tell me, before we get into Destiny, were you always a gamer before? Clearly you've mentioned some games there. Do you remember the first game you got into when you were younger?
My dad has been a gamer my entire life. So I have like really strong memories, and my dad is really into MMOs. So I have really strong memories of sat on my dad's lap playing EverQuest. Now, like I obviously wasn't playing EverQuest and I was just running about like woo. But yeah, my dad was into console games, and like the first game that I have vivid memories playing, again, playing myself, I was with my dad playing it was probably one of the first Spyro games. It's like I don't know, it's I feel like that's a lot of people's sort of early game memory is Spyro. So when the when the remastered one came out, that was beautiful.
And where now, when I was growing up, games in my school amongst my friends weren't popular, and I mean,
hmm
I was a little nerd as well, and they weren't very cool. It wasn't cool to play video games. But what about you? What was your experience with video games growing up? Was it accepted? Was it all right? Like, did you have a group of friends that loved playing games?
You know what? I feel like you like it's a lot of people of like our generation. It was for the boys, it was cool. The boys was cool, but for the girls it wasn't. It was not cool. And that's kind of the experience that I sort of had. I was that secret gamer that I would only really game at home, and I'd play with my dad and stuff like that, and like we'd play World of Warcraft together and things like that. But so then Destiny was that game that helped me accept myself as a gamer, which was lovely. And so much of that was down to the Twitch directory. Like in back in the day, there was a lot of really strong female streamers that sat at the top of the directory, and that was again helped by a couple of the big names that were in the directory at the time. And again, it made me really think, wow, okay, I can be a woman and I can stream and I can game and enjoy it, and there's no shame in that.
It's so it's such a shame because actually now that we're all adults and our
hmm
generation has got older, you find all sorts of gamers. We're all coming out of the woodwork. So, I know you said Destiny made you accept that, but why were we so shy? Was it just because of the boys, or was it society? I mean, what was it that was stopping us?
I 100% think it was like a societal thing. Like we're still dealing with like games. Oh, games are not good. Games are rotting your brain. All that stuff that everyone's dealing with, and especially now with it being more accepted, like with younger kids accepting gaming. Like Fortnite was huge for that. Like everyone's always like, "Oh, Fortnite," and I'm like, "What? It did a lot. It did a lot for gaming as a whole to be accepted by more people."
And what would you say to someone if I sat here and went, "You can't be a gamer. It's not a real job." What would you say to them now?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd say, I'd be able to list all these people who have, made like they're not just like minor internet celebrities. They are celebrities. Like in the UK alone, you've got like, look at the Sidemen. Look at everything that KSI has done with Prime, with the boxing, with his music. Like that all came from gaming. And people might not know that, but there's so much. There is so many, like they are huge celebrities now that they have made it just from sitting and playing games. And there's so many avenues to go down with gaming as well. Like gaming isn't just making games or playing games. There's so much in between that people are making careers out of these days. And I think that comes from gaming still being such a new, it's not new, but like a new concept when it comes to entertainment, or actually providing the entertainment by gaming, or being a host, or being a community manager, social media manager. Like there's all these different things. And I think I'd just be like, well, I'd push my glasses up and be like, the statistics say otherwise.
Just tell them to shut up.
Yeah, shut up, you're wrong.
Shut up already. Now, let's go back to Destiny, right? So you said it changed your life. Let's just talk about exactly how it changed your life, and how you feel now looking back on it. Why did it?
A lot of it was it's the game that started me streaming, which it all leads down to me getting that PlayStation 4 and me playing Destiny. Back then you could just, I don't even know if it's still built into the PS5s and stuff like that, but you could stream directly from it. That was it. You just hit share, you linked your Twitch account, you'd have that like Turtle Beach headphones with just like the one ear and the thing, and there would be like the PlayStation camera, and it was the same with Xbox. You'd have the Kinect, and it just kicked everything else off. Like it's enabled me to flourish as a person. I always wanted to be, without realizing, I've grown and evolved into what I wanted to be growing up. I always wanted to be an entertainer, and I really enjoyed that. And I can talk to anybody and everybody. And I think that that's something that you really need to be able to do when streaming. But for me with Destiny, it was just the community that hooked me in, everything. And like I said, me getting that PS4 has led to this exact moment. I met my fiance at Insomnia, and it's like, I know, like we're married, and I moved to, I say I moved to another country. You'll get it. I moved from England to Scotland. Like I moved because of gaming. And that, if it wasn't for Destiny, some people are like, yeah, this game changed my life. And I'm like, no, I was on a very different path, and not like one that was, I was very, very naughty and I misbehaved. But it was like, I'm now getting married to someone because I started streaming and I attended Insomnias, and so were they. And it's mad.
Amazing. So we've got Destiny, like streaming, Insomnia, move, marriage.
I know, it's crazy. We've got it's a story that gets told a lot in Insomnia, because he was a creator there as well, and it's like this romantic moment. But it's just still mind blowing to me that you're right. That is the track, playing Destiny, starting a stream, getting partnered, going to an Insomnia, and now I have a ring. Like. I can't complain.
Oh my god, I love that so much. Oh my god, thank you, Insomnia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Insomnia. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Insomnia. Insomnia hooking people up. I love it. Tell me about streaming then. Okay, so let's talk about the streaming part of things. I assume that you have streamed Destiny.
Just a few hours, I think. I spent a lot. Just a little bit.
Tell me about the community on your stream and the games that you play. What's the flavor of your stream?
Someone once described me as I am just like that goofy best friend that is a bit dumb. Will talk your ear off, but you'll have a good time every time you're there. It's just there was a very long point where everyone would just expect stupidity when you come into my chat, and not even like, oh, that's really dumb. Like laughter, belly laughing. And it's just from us just vibing. Like a lot of what my stream is me just chatting and interaction, and I'm not necessarily good at the games I do. I'm not necessarily doing anything that entertaining, but when I started streaming because I wanted someone to talk to. because I understood that it was, again, mad to think that this is like pre-pandemic days, when in the pandemic it was such a huge thing that people were using like Twitch and streaming to be able to talk to people. But back then I just wanted people to talk to. All of my friends had gone off to uni locally, and I didn't really know anyone. And that's kind of something that I've continued to sort of this day. I understand that chatting to someone, even if it's just typing in a chat room or something that's a safe and controlled chat room, is so important. And that's what you can always expect is a chat. I'll have a chat for you. I'll probably say some really silly things and you'll just be like, Megs, you need to chill. but
I love
yeah,
that.
it's great.
I think you've got that essence of streaming down to a T. It's a form of madness. I always think streaming is a form of madness. It's so fun, but actually underneath all of that, it's always about the people. 1000%.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that.
Yeah,
love that.
Like, streaming is nothing. People aren't. The community is what holds it together. Whether it's their people are chatting every day and they're there from the beginning to end, whether they're there for 5 minutes, whether they sit and lurk and just enjoy the flow of conversation. Like, streaming, when I'm working, streaming, like I have a stream on in the background. It's like a radio for me.
Yes.
Because there's a conversation going, and okay, sometimes it's only a one-way conversation, but there is someone interacting. There's always like little bits interjecting, whether it's something happening on the game or if they're listening to some music or something. It's great.
100% feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me now, because you're going to be at Insomnia Gaming Festival. I want to know what you love most about Insomnia Gaming Festival. Tell us what you're looking forward to.
The people. Oh my gosh, it's the people. 100%. The people make Insomnia. It's always been like that for me. I think this will be my 10th or 11th Insomnia, which is crazy. And I just started out going as a consumer, and now I'm here as a creator, which is always mind-blowing to me. But it's the people that made Insomnia, and my story about meeting my fiance is very much a good attest to that. You've always got a chance to hang out with your community, which I think is huge, because there's not really that many events that you can sort of do that unless you organize your own meetup, which can be exhausting. But you can say to your community, hey, I'm going to be here. Let's go hang out. And whether it's hanging around, walking around the floor, going to Spoons, Spoons, you always end up in Spoons. No matter what, you'll always be like, I'm not going to go to Spoons and Subway. You're always like, I'm not going to eat a Subway, and I'm not going to go to, you end up doing both. No matter what.
At least a couple of Subways over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I walk into a Subway normally and I'm like, the smell of Insomnia. Beautiful. I love it. Yes. That aroma.
Insomnia, yes. Italian herbs and cheese, yes. Love it. Tell me about the importance of video games to you or to anyone you think in 2023.
That interaction is just so key, especially since we've gone through the pandemic, since we were all so isolated. We turned to gaming. So many games are multiplayer now. It's kind of odd if a game comes out, okay, yeah, there's the story-driven solo games and stuff like that, but multiplayer is getting its way into every kind of game. And whether it's chatting in game using voice chat, like external voice chats, even just talking on like forums and things like that, it brings so many people together and allows people to talk and not feel so isolated. And I think that is so important, especially with the way that the last couple of years are gone.
Oh, Meganyy, it's been so wonderful chatting to you, because I think the importance of this chat is that we can see the heart of streaming and gaming coming through. Obviously, we talked about Destiny and how much it changed your life, but that's how important games are for people, and I think you embody that, and that's really incredible. You've got such a big heart. Please tell us where we can find you, because people have to follow you, so please tell us.
I mean, I'd appreciate that. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Meganyy, which is Megan with 2 Ys. I've had many people pronounce Meganyy in such a funny way, but you can follow me there. And you can follow me on Twitter. Twitter is always such a great tool for social media chit chats and whatnot. And yeah, we can hang out. It'll be great.
Guys, please go follow Meganyy and please go say hi if you see her running around Insomnia. I'm sure
Yes.
she would love to meet you. This was the games that changed our lives. Thank you very, very much, Meganyy, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.